Okay, I think we're good now. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Gullah Leone Show, where we explore the Gullah, Geechee, Sierra Leone connection. We're your hosts, Sister Cheryl.
And Sister Nayusi.
Today, we'd like to welcome Valerie H. McCarthy, and she's the founder and Valerie H. McCarthy Esquire. She's the founder and CEO of Penmc, which is Platinum Edge Network Media Charity. And they are in an official part. They are within an official partnership with Ganona, and we will let Valerie introduce herself and tell us a bit about herself. How you
Okay,
doing,
hi.
Valerie?
I'm okay. Yeah, I'm Valerie and born and raised in Sierra Leone. Went to school. And I'm presently a lawyer and trying to contribute my own little way to activism and getting the girls have a good life.
Okay, okay. Did you have any follow up on that, Sister Niacey?
Excuse
Um,
me?
Oh,
camera's on. I was trying to get her to turn her camera on.
oh, okay, okay.
There you go.
Yay! Thank you.
Hey, how are you?
Okay,
Now we can see you.
okay.
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Um, let's see. If there's any nothing else that you wanted to say about yourself, we can go ahead to the questions.
Nah, it's okay. That's okay. I
Okay,
shortened.
okay, all right. So my first question, let's see. So with the Penmc, which is Platinum Edge Media Network Charity, that's a mouthful. We get it right. I wanted to ask a question. Is there a difference between incidences and attitudes towards gender-based violence, according to the different generations in Salone? So I guess first of all, our partnership, we're working together on to bring awareness to gender-based violence issues in Sierra Leone, correct?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And can you tell us a little bit about the differences that there might be between generations in Sierra Leone? Like, are the attitudes different, like young people opposed to older folks, or is it about the same?
Well, some young people are opposed to the older folks, while some young people just do it as normal because for them, probably these old folks will give them what they want. So there's no problem being with them. So it varies. It varies. And some people will accept it, some will not. But mostly society frowns at that because, I mean, just imagine the large age difference between I and some older somebody, and probably thinking I'm using the older somebody or he's using me. It's vice versa. But people here, most of the young people, especially for girls, they're cool with that. As long as they can
Wow.
satisfy their needs, yeah. It's about
Supply
their
the
needs
needs,
and
yeah.
wants. Yeah,
Okay,
that's what. Yeah,
okay,
that's it.
okay. Yeah, I've seen a lot of that in Ghana as well. I mean, there's an accepted way to do things, but people also know that, there's this other thing going on in the background. And,
Yeah.
they know what's going on, but, they don't really say anything about it because,
Mhm.
maybe it's helping them out too. So,
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
okay. No, so you had a question?
No. You want me to read my next one? The
Yes,
next.
please.
Okay. So, my question is like, what is the long-term goal? And where do you see the partnership going in the future? So, like, what are some of your? It don't have to be really long-term, but just what are some of your goals for the partnership?
I believe so we can raise more awareness and probably step into different zones. I'd say this way, but looking at the ones that sells their body, and I see us going far with health campaigns because there's a lot of stroke. People are getting too much stroke when it comes to this cholesterol. They just eat, sit, don't exercise. So I
Hmm.
think we can tap into some other areas by keeping people healthy.
Right.
So I see us going far with this partnership.
Okay. Awesome. And in speaking about that, health is far. Where you seeing most of the health issues? You mentioned stroke, correct?
Yeah, stroke and
Okay.
diabetes. Diabetes, is a lot of mental health issues going on. People are depressed.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
people are depressed. People are depressed, and especially for young folks. So that leads them into going into drugs, getting drug addicted. Some are alcoholics. I
Mhm.
mean, we just need to do something. People are destroying themselves, and they don't even know. Probably don't have people to talk to.
Right.
So we just need to set up this basic club. It's an openness club. You come, you talk to us. We are all the same. We share our
Right.
problems. We go home and sleep, forget about things. But depression, stroke, and diabetes is killing the world.
Absolutely.
That's what's killing the world.
Yes, definitely. And you're located, where are you located, Miss Valerie?
I'm in Sierra Leone, West Africa.
And so over here, and I stay in America, and I'm still in Florida, and we are still experiencing these things with students in the schools here. The same thing, the depression, the eating habits, and I myself was having some issues with my eating habits linked to me going through depression. I'm only 24, but there are people younger than me that are going through depression. You may say, how, why do that kid have depression and stuff? It's just so much going on around us, and the world's moving fast. So you don't have time to process your feelings, process your emotions and stuff like that. So that is definitely all around the world, like really all around and in our communities, and not just, over there, because I see the same thing over here constantly. And I have to make sure that I prepare myself to even deal with those students that I go to the schools with.
Yeah, sure.
They'll do the same thing. And they're little kids. And they be acting out in class and stuff. So, and then
You muted yourself.
Yeah.
Oh,
Probably
okay.
she doesn't know.
Got you.
She's back. Okay.
He's taking care of business in the background.
Oh, okay.
coming in, so I muted myself. But yeah,
Oh,
so
okay.
I do that same thing with younger students here in the States, and just going through it, like teenagers, young adults.
Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm.
Eating habits are terrible. It's just a constant battle between like mental illness, health, getting people to exercise. My mom, my dad, they suffer from diabetes, stroke, all that stuff they say running the family, but it's a lot of things like that. So definitely helping. I believe that is a very good long-term thing, the health aspect, because everybody needs to be healthy, and that's mentally, physically, and spiritually. So I definitely agree with that one.
Okay.
And also, when you were talking, I forgot how young you actually are. Less than half my age.
I'm 24. I'm 24. I just turned 24 last month.
Okay, happy birthday, happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, happy belated birthday. Yeah.
But you know what? Just in you mentioning your age, and then when you deal with kids as well, it's kind of, because childhood is supposed to be happy and carefree. You're not supposed to have a bunch of issues going on. And then how do they deal with it? They don't have any real coping mechanisms except for to act out. They don't know what's going on with them. They just know that something is out of place.
Right. Yeah.
And then when you don't get any treatment for that, and then you carry that on into adulthood, that's send it to the next generation, and in addition, still not healing yourself.
Yep. And that also shows up and present itself as health issues, as diabetes, as heart condition, as all of those things, because it's generational things, and it keep coming up every generation. And they say it run in the family,
and that's how it runs in the family, because it wasn't dealt with.
Yep. And I would never think that, Ms. Valerie, that you guys are dealing with the same issues over there, because you would think, with giving the food and stuff, you would think, hey, they may not have as much access to the food like I have. I go to the store, they might not have that access over there because they're a poor country. They might not be dealing with these issues, but I was really like, wow, they're dealing with that too. Like, so it got to be something, that's underlying here, because even though they don't have access to grocery stores every day like I do, it's still the same issues.
It's the same issues.
Yeah.
Right. But in a way, I guess their nutrition is way better than ours.
That's exactly. And that's
our food.
Yes, and that's what I'm thinking. Like, wow. So I'm like, well, I got a pizza joint right up the street, and eat some cheese pizza that I don't need, but and I would think that they eat more healthier than me, but I didn't realize that like it could just be the mental issues, the lack of exercise, no motivation to move forward, because
yes.
Okay. Yep. And then something else that you said, Valerie, made me think of another question before my other question. You talked about oh man, I wanted to know between the generations, I'm sorry, across social lines. That's what I meant. Where are you seeing the depression? Is it everybody, or is it one social group as opposed to another?
Everybody's depressed here. This is
Everybody.
Africa. Everybody's depressed, especially the single mothers. Probably they have 5 or more kids to take care of. They have a bigger job, not enough salary, and probably a family also. Their mothers and fathers, dependents, and them just bloat, just flare up easily. And so I can tell you, the young people who are single mothers are more depressed than anybody
Wow.
in this country. Yeah, especially so also are the men. Probably they have 5 or 6 women having babies for them. This baby daddies now. This slavery, it's a
Wow.
problem. Yeah,
Ooh, don't get
it's
like
a
us.
problem.
Don't get like
Yeah,
us. Oh my God.
yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem here.
Wow.
Wow.
It's a
So
problem.
organization
Yeah,
like yours is absolutely needed. Oh my
Yes,
goodness.
definitely.
Wow. That's good that you recognize it and doing something about it.
yeah.
So my next question, let's see. How are women and men who speak out and advocate against gender-based violence, how are they received? Do people applaud them? Do they try to tell them to be quiet? We don't talk about that in the public, or how do people treat them usually when they know that they have those opinions and they might be vocal about it? A person like yourself.
Yeah. So basically, you may think people are educated. They're very educated, yeah, but they're not when it comes to those areas. They want to like sit on it. It's a family thing because most of these cases go on in the family. People are raped by people they know, probably their uncles, probably even their own fathers. So they want to cover it up. Even no matter how educated they are, they want to cover it up. And please don't say this out to the public. It will bring shame to the family. So if the kid go against them now and start talking, it's not received well. They start frowning at you, probably just say, oh, we don't have anything to do with you anymore. You're not part of this family. So they have to go to this other organization like Don Bosco. We have Don Bosco and we have Rainbow Initiative here. So people who can speak out and their family neglect them, they will go to them and they take care of them. So the messenger is not that well received. I can tell you, no matter how educated some people are here, they don't receive that message well. So for us to be speaking out now, like I can make my own money, so I don't care if you don't give me. So I will talk.
Yep.
I'm not
Yep.
dependent on you. But most of these people, they are dependent on those people, so they can't just speak out freely. You have to lure them, talk to them, just care for them, and they'll open up to you. Well, my uncle did this to me. It's sad how
Yeah.
people are raped by their own family members. It's very sad here. Most of these things are not done by faraway people. No, it's within the family circle. That's the sad part. And they have to live with that shame and pain and stigma all their life. I mean, it's just sad. It's sad.
Exactly. And then
It's
you
sad.
still have to maintain that respect that a lot of West
He's my
African
uncle.
countries are known for.
He's my uncle. He's my uncle. Anytime you
Right.
see him, good morning,
Right.
sir. Good evening, sir. With
Exactly.
the pain, well, it's
Wow.
just sad. Africa is sad. This
Wow.
country is sick. That's what I tell people. This country is sick.
And you're saying, and it's just crazy because I'm sitting here and I'm learning so much actually. Because you would say that Africa, like you say, Africa is sick. That's what you're saying. But it's here. That same thing here is here. It's everywhere. And then the African Americans here, we get looked over. So the resources that they do give to other people who are experiencing these things, we don't get these resources here. You know
We're
what I'm
not
saying?
first pick at all.
We're not first pick for mental health issues. We're not at first pick for any of these things, violence between, and a lot of it, like you say, is hush. Shh.
Yep.
The whole situation.
In our communities, there's a lot of shh. Don't talk about it. Yes, you know the uncle did rape the whoever, but we're not going to talk about that. We're going to sweep that under the rug. This uncle is still allowed to be around children. It's the same stuff here, and I'm just learning so much. I really love this right now because I'm learning so much to say this is a universal problem, and we really have to work together to get down to the bottom of it.
Absolutely,
definitely do, because that's very universal.
Yeah, sure.
You can go ahead nicely with your question.
Okay. So I have a question. So it's like, what inspired your mission? Like, was it something that you woke up and was like, hey, I want to start this, or did something happen to you, or something happen to somebody you know that made you want to like get into helping the children and the people with the violence issues?
Okay, so basically, I now stay in the west part of Freetown, Sierra Leone, but I was born and raised in the center of it all, like most of like the ghetto. So those things happen there more often than not, and you'd be like, "Hey, don't say it. That's the father." I mean, I witnessed a case where a father slept with two of his daughters.
Oh wow!
When I was and we were attending the same school. We were like, "Hush, hush. It's a taboo. It's a curse. Society don't have to know." Come on, all these things. The African women are going through a lot in dealing with these things, keeping them under the carpet. They are the ones wearing the clothes. Now, I should keep this a secret. It's a family thing. If the child goes out and talk, it's all thrown back to the mother. You've not trained up your child properly. That's why she's talking. That's why. So all of those things, I said, okay, now these people are not educated. I was born and raised there. Then I moved. So let me use my education to change their perspective. That's why I'm using football, because I'm taking football back to the ghetto to spread the message. Because most of these guys, when they're intoxicated after smoking and drinking, they just probably see a small girl walking by, just take her, rape her, and also now let me sensitize them. Let me talk to them when they're watching football and see that these people you're destroying, they can play football and they can do more and they have more talents to share. So that's why I formed this organization, basically.
Absolutely.
Now, when you made the mention about football, which actually over here we call soccer, I'm thinking about how many American men get together and play, or not play, but watch football on a Monday night football, or like Sunday football. I don't know if they still have that anymore. It's been a while since I watched it. So she's saying this is happening after football. Can you imagine? Like that just kind of like blew my mind a little bit when she said that. Like after football, because and they sit and they'll drink and eat nachos, tacos, whatever they be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine that's just something that regularly happens after a football game?
Mm-mm. And my thing is definitely it was here. It was something that was on Facebook a while back, and it was a group of young Black men were going to go around. It was in response to something, but they were going to go around, and they didn't do it, but they said that any woman that was out that night, they would go around and rape them, sexually assault them, all of those things. And that was going around on Facebook, and everybody was telling the women here, hey, stay in the house this weekend because these people have said that they're gonna do this. It was just a viral post that was going around. And and that was pretty scary for me, even living here. And I was terrified, like I didn't want to go out the house, nothing like that, because I'm thinking like, I don't know if these people are serious or are they lying, So just to imagine that that's actually happening on a regular basis, that's very like, wow, like I can't believe that. Like that's.
And then media's responsibility for either covering stuff up like that or posts like that. They take our posts down regularly for saying something that you need to know. But something like that
but take that down. That spread around really quickly. But that's how they are. Yeah.
Wow. That's insane. That's insane. Let's see. Do I have one more question? Oh, does the government have any official policy regarding gender-based violence?
Yes. This present government, when they took over governance, they have a special court for that. It's called the Sexual Offences Court, where people who are found guilty are tried and then sent to the correctional centers. And also we have the Child Rights Act, the Domestic Violence Act. So we have legislations that supports these things, and they don't treat them lightly here if they know, because the First Lady set up a whole campaign called Answer for Our Girls. If she knows that somebody was raped and brought to the station, she takes it up from there. They're prosecuted. But what is the people who don't speak out? How can she know? How can we know? So what I think we should do now is basically Go to the grassroots. Tell them you have a right to say something. You have a right to tell us and let's help you, because keeping that's more painful than ever. You go through with all that. And I was with the second in command for Don Bosco Fambu. A few minutes back, we were coming together. That's why I was delayed. We were trying to have a fundraiser dinner and a school concert where children will go and compete, organize the play on sensitization, and they get the prize. So there are legislations here, and we are trying to push more and more and more to have more things done and effectively, not just to be done, but it must be effective.
Right, exactly. That was going to be my next question. Like, how good are they with follow-up, or is it just something they put out there just to make it look like they're doing something about the issue?
No, they're trying. They're trying. If they know, they'll try. They're trying, I must say, because just last week, 2 guys were sentenced to 160 years imprisonment for raping a 13-year-old girl. Yeah, last week.
They don't get numbers like that here, if they even do that.
Wow. Oh, yeah, it's 160 years. That was the blown for last week. So that's like, go and die there.
Gosh. Wow.
That's it. Yeah.
Excuse me. That's serious. Okay. That's a lot of time.
Yeah, they camped the girl for like a week. They were just using her. So that's enough for what they did.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, that's something, first of all, you won't ever forget. Second, you may never recover from. And yeah, they should never forget or recover either.
Yes.
Because you thought that was something to do for whatever reason.
Is it? Yes.
Wow, that's serious numbers. When things like that happen here, they don't take it real. They'll prosecute it. They won't take it that serious. You'll get, if you get double digits, if you know, because I never mind. I can't say that. Can't say that online. I'll keep that.
Okay.
Say that. Okay. There's reasons I feel that they don't prosecute them that as much, and they don't take it seriously. And then that's part of the reason people don't, try to defend themselves, because they're like, it's not going to get me anywhere. I'm going to put my story out there. My family's going to say this, that, and the other. And then where does that leave me? I spoke up like you told me to. I still receive no justice, and my family ostracizes me. So
yes.
Now, where am I? Oh, also, just to follow up on that, what kind of support services, if someone decides to come forward and say something, obviously there's going to be an issue with the family, because you're pretty much staying with the family until you're off and married, correct? So
yes.
How do they, I guess, protect that person in the meantime? Is there any services or anything like that in place?
Yes. For the government, we have the family support units. And private organizations, we have I already mentioned Don Bosco, Rainbow Initiative, the Human Rights Commission. There are other small organizations that will come together and take care of these people. If the family neglects you, then you have a shelter. We have the safe space who can take you. And I was part of one last week. We took the girl to a safe place, left her there with a caregiver, and we went back to where we came from. So we have people who are really sympathetic about things like this.
Oh,
and the government is supporting. Yeah.
Yeah. That's good, because that might be for people to speak out, and that it becomes a snowball effect, and more you see, you can speak out and you can be protected, and that you can start to healing. That'll encourage more people to come forward, for sure. Thank you for that answer. Now, so you had another question.
Yes, I did. I did have another question. My camera actually went out, and I had to jump on my phone.
Okay.
I'm back. So we often talk about, our future goals and stuff like that, but I do want to know a few accomplishments that you have achieved in the past 6 months to a year. So what have you done? Because sometimes we do forget about what we do when it comes down to work like this, because it's just so much to do. But I do want to get a few of your accomplishments in the past 6 months to a year.
Okay, so we started this year because we always have this calendar year we run through. It always starts in March. So we did the International Women's Day Football Gala for a week. And after which we went to schools, did some few campaigns and sensitized people. And we did a documentary on the rights to food. And I think about 2 weeks ago, we were in Tongo on those mining issues because it's affecting their health. They're mining in the night, blasting, using explosives. So we also did a documentary that we are presently editing. And we want to finish this and then take a break for like a week. And before we unfold, basically to plan now the 16 days of activism, because, it starts in November and runs to December. So that's what we're planning for now after this documentary.
That's awesome. That's good. Definitely good work. And like I said, it'd be smaller. It takes time, to do to do these things, but one step at a time, and the smaller accomplishments along the way will, equal to the bigger vision, the bigger picture.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you for that, Esther.
Okay.
Where will you be releasing these? I know you said you already have one out. Where can that be found? And the documentary that you're working on right now, where will that be released?
Probably by next week. It will be out by next week, latest Friday, because we're done with the editing and the cutting and all. So we just want to do the voiceover now, the narration part, and then we'll send it out.
Okay. Through YouTube, or how do you do that?
YouTube. We're using YouTube this time.
Okay.
We use YouTube, and we also have a video clip on YouTube. It's titled "Save Our Girls." It was a documentary we did with prostitutes. Sorry to say, I think about last year or so. It's Save Our Girls, Bright Light Project, Save Our Girls. It's on YouTube.
I think I did see that. I think I did watch it. Okay. Yeah, on your
yeah.
It's really. I don't know. It's just when I started watching, it just kind of like grabs you because it just goes right to the issue. So that was that was kind of.
I produced that. I produced that one. My organization and MS Media with Franco Bohang. He's a Cameroonian guy. We did that together. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. That was good. I did have another question. Platinum Edge. How did you come up with that name?
Well, anything that's platinum is top notch. So we're going top notch, attacking issues. We don't need your money. You cannot bribe us because we are operating on platinum. We don't need your money. Whatever we see, we'll talk and deal with. You can't take me down with your money. I'm platinum, so I have it.
All right. Yeah. I like it. I like it. Yep. Let's see. Don Bosco. Can you say again how you're related to that, or like what kind of work you did with them, and just a brief explanation of it? I think that's my first time hearing about that.
No. I operated with Rainbow Initiative for the Women's Gala and some other stuff. Don Bosco, I'm only trying now to partner with them, just like I'm trying to do with Gunona. Gotcha. Yes, so I was with the second in command. We are seeing again on Tuesday. They're coming in basically to help with the campaign. And we attack the 16 days of activism, organize the gala, the fundraiser concerts, and the school drama competition. Yeah. Great. Because they have the rare cases of rape. They have young girls, so about 5, 6, 7, 8. They have the rare cases. Yeah, they're in their shelters. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Not an easy topic to talk about, is it?
Yeah, it's not. Never.
Yeah. I think that's all the questions I had. Nancy, did you have any other follow-up questions?
No, I don't have any questions right now. But I do appreciate you, joining this live, and we're discussing these things. I really learned a lot today. And it's broadening my perspective as well. Because I really learned that everybody's suffering from these things, and you may not think that the other half of the world is suffering from it. And I live over here, and I'm like, hey, they may not deal with what I'm dealing with. They have their own set of things, but I learned today that it's a universal and it's a collective thing that we're all going through. So me providing help, you joining with Gunona, me providing help from the States and stuff like that, it all they all come together for a bigger picture.
Awesome.
So I definitely appreciated that, and I thank Sister Cheryl for getting us here and being the host today. You did a really great job.
Thank you.
And appreciate that. I do want to Sister Valerie to say how can the people reach you? Like, what are your email, contact information? Do you have like a Facebook page, Instagram, stuff like that?
Yeah, so we have the Facebook page is Pen Media Network Charity. It's there. We have a TikTok account, the same name, and you can reach me via mail, Pen Media Network Charity at gmail.com or isavalmac@gmail.com. That's isavalmac@gmail.com, and my phone number +232 78286370. I'm always online on WhatsApp. I'm always on. I might not reply immediately, but I'm seeing the messages and I'll do reply once I have the chance to reply.
232-7828-6370.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anything you need to say in closing? Any last thoughts you need to leave us with, or something that you feel compelled to say at this moment?
Well, at this moment, I just want people to know that the world is sick, and they need people like us to come together. No matter, we might not have all the money we need to push a project through, but if we connect, because connection is the new 21st century currency. Connections can bring so many get things done and all. So we need more connects. But if you can't give the money, you have a connect. Provide the connect, and we'll connect, and we'll do more and save lives, because young people are dying most these days. We just need to save the generation. That's all I would say.
They don't see a lot of hope.
Yeah, and you say, and it's young people, it's older people. I definitely have dealt with this, and it's younger kids, and you're like, wow, how could you be feeling like that? You think, hey, like you're a kid, all you think about is lollipops and candy and stuff like that. But they're seeing their mothers go through it, the single mothers, they're seeing their fathers go through it, they're seeing their grandmother go through it, and then it just the same, and they lose hope. They definitely do. So that's definitely great for us to think about and pray about, and just connect about too as well, because having these discussions are very much needed as well. Sometimes just talking can open up a lot of things and a lot of doors in their minds and stuff. So yeah, definitely. Thank you so much, Sister Valerie.
You're welcome. Okay.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you.
Same.
You too. Thank you.
Same. Okay.
Connection is currency. I like that. Connection is currency.
I like that.
Yeah,
I love that.
I
love that. We want to use that somewhere. I love
that. Somewhere, yes, sure.
Yes. Thank you, Sister Valerie. Take care. Thank you for your time
Bye for
tonight.
now. You too. Bye-bye.